Can I stand this picture card? Could be about any tails. Hey, I want some more people to hop in before I start sharing this information. Hey, hey, Truly. I don't know how to pronounce awad. Hey, y'all. I'm from Memphis. Hey, Jason. I want to know more people to join this live before I get to sharing my story. Trying to see if I want to go ahead and start folding these towels. Hi, Ava. Hi, Ava. Hey. Before you, hi. Hey, Brandon. Renal, hi. Someone's hot chocolate. Hey. I want some more people to hop on this live before I start sharing this lovely information to you all. Because I told y'all yesterday I was going to be on live today and I'm here. Okay. Hey, Ava. I just want to share a little bit about my experience, my little journey, what happened, the 7-year gap, what really happened. So I want some more people to join before I get to talking. How y'all day going? Jesus love you too. Thank you. I love Jesus too. All day. Every day. Earrings are not too small. No, they're not. They're actually perfect. They're not heavy either. Okay, from India. Okay. How are you? I hope y'all having a good weekend so far. My weekend been good. So far, so good. I can't complain about nothing. So far, so good. Hey, Dexa. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but hi. Paddle. I don't know. I don't want to say it wrong. Hey. Y'all having a good day so far? So far, so good. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Just waiting on a few others to join this live before I get started. I could be putting my salon towels right now. I'm at the shop right now, y'all. Today is cleanup day. My towels are already clean. I just need to fold them and put them up and mop this floor. It's Dexa. Okay, I got you. Thank you. Hey. If y'all want to know what this live about today I'm going to be sharing with you. Yeah, my day is good. Thank you. Hope you're having a good day too. Thank you so much, Faith. So today I'm going to be sharing my story with you all. What was a 7-year gap? Because I got my cosmetology hours in 2012. But I didn't get my license in 2019, so I want to tell the whole story, what happened. In hopes of that it'll help somebody, because I'm sure that it will. So yeah. Thank you. I really. I like my necklace. Thank you. Thank you so much. It is beautiful. Thank you, though. Yep, that's my picture behind me, y'all. That's from my photo shoot for my 30th. Yeah, when I turned 30, I did a photo shoot for my birthday for my 30th. So that is me. I'm her. I'm she. Alright, y'all. I'm about to dive on in. I'm trying to wait till some more people get on the line before I get to talking, but I think I'm finna go ahead and start talking. Thank you, Faith. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, y'all. So my name is Jocelyn, but they call me Joss. I am a licensed cosmetologist. I have been licensed for 5 years. Yeah, been licensed for 5 years. Hey Nick, how you doing? Alright, y'all. So I'm about to dive into this story. Let y'all know what happened. Anyways, y'all, I don't know who you are, but you about to be blocked. Because I don't have time for that today. Alright, y'all, so, this what happened. First of all, I'm a little nervous sharing this story with you all, but if you see me laughing, it's because I'm nervous. I kind of laugh when I'm nervous. It kind of help me get through, so y'all bear with us, sister, okay? So, in high school, I took a cosmetology in high school. Yes, it's a testimony. I don't want y'all to think I'm ignoring y'all messages. I see them, but I'm just trying to get through my storyline of what I need to say because I don't want to keep having to stop. But I will go back and acknowledge the questions that y'all may have that I may have missed. Okay. All right. So I took up cosmetology back in high school. I took cosmetology my sophomore year and my junior year of high school, but I had to let it go my senior year because it was an additional credit that I needed to graduate. So my freshman year of high school, not freshman year, I'm sorry, my sophomore year of high school, Doing my first year of cosmetology was the bomb, okay? I did not learn how to braid in cosmetology school. I already knew how to braid. I knew how to braid, I knew how to do twists, anything relates to braids. I already knew that. But when it came to the cutting, coloring, and all the extra stuff, I learned that in school. So, my first year of cosmetology school, um, basically that year we pretty much learned the terminology, of course, of cosmetology. I had to learn the basics like sanitation, sanitary, sanitation, sanitary, the shampooing part, all of those things I had to learn in the beginning. So we wasn't really on the floor at the time. It was rare that my instructor at the time allowed us to be on the floor. So shout out to Miss Streeter. On that, I appreciate it. But my second year, y'all, this one is get real. So my second year of cosmetology, I took that in my junior year of high school. So we had these things during the week where we did service other people that came from the outside. Maybe it was older women or even other students in the building. So the school that I was going to was called Southwest Technology Center in Memphis. I don't think it's still here anymore, but yeah, this was forever ago, back in '09. But what we would do is, starting off, we would be in the book. So we supposed to have had days where people come in to get their hair done. But y'all, these women will be coming in all the time. So hold on a second, y'all. Anyway, so what would happen was, so my teacher had selective students that she would put on the floor. It was me and I think two or three other young ladies that would be on the floor that would be requested all the time. Because when they come in, they would request certain people that they would want to braid their hair. So at the time, I knew how to do hair and nails. Still today, I can do nails too. So what I did was each time I knew it was me and another girl that would be like the first two. So I had to go and set up. But when I think about it now, I would rather have been at the table. I'd rather have been at the table in my book, in the workbooks. Because at that age and at that time, in my mind, I thought I knew everything I needed to know. But I knew the hands-on work, which was the practical part, but the theory part, in my mind, I thought I knew what I was doing. Because that was like the only subject out of every class that I was taking in high school, it was the only one that I had made a 100 in. Like perfect 100, 101. If it could go higher, it would have went higher. That was the only subject in high school that I took serious, cosmetology. So after that, every time they would come in, of course I would get set up, I would do their hair, but next thing you know, another one would come in. So it's like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing their hair, but how am I learning what I need to learn? But at that age and at the time, you're a teenager, you're not really thinking about that. I'm not really thinking, the book part is the most important part of what you're trying to do. So, past that, I graduated. I graduated high school October, the middle of October of 2011. I went and finished up cosmetology at Tennessee Technology Center. This downtown Memphis. So when I came, I had 1,018 hours. You need 1,500 hours to graduate. So yeah, you need 1,500 hours to graduate. So when I came in as a senior. When I came to finish up my cosmetology hours, I came in as a senior. So my instructor, she gave me the workbook, And she said, I want you to go down the line. I need you to highlight everything that you know so I can know where to start with you with the class. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, I already know this stuff. Like, it's no big deal. When I gave it back to her, she looked at me. She said, baby, she said, you're not ready to graduate. I was like, what you mean? She was like, yeah, like you're not ready to graduate. So I was like, okay, all right, cool. So then she said, you're not ready to graduate, but I'm gonna do the best that I can to help you. So what it was, coming out of high school, I wish I had known then what I know now. And those of you that may be in cosmetology school right now, make sure y'all learn your terminology. Like that right there is very important because it's two parts to the test. You got the practical part and you got the theory. The theory is first. If you don't if you do not pass the theory part, you cannot move to the practical. So I lost train of thought. Okay. So in school, I was only there for a couple of months because once you hit them hours, you gotta go. You cannot stay. You cannot, once you hit those 1,500 hours, that's it. Even if you know what you need to know or don't know what you need to know. So I had 1,018 hours and didn't know the difference between a perm and a relaxer. I thought a perm was a relaxer. And of course, in our community, black people, everything is considered a perm. But no, it's the difference. We get relaxers, perm is for, So, after that, when I graduated from Tennessee Technology Center, we had graduation day. Thank you so much, King. I appreciate it. I see y'all. I'm just trying to get through the story. I see y'all in the comments, so I appreciate it. Hey to everybody that just joined. Okay. So, thank you so much for subscribing. Okay, so y'all, when I graduated, it was a guy that I was cool with. It was in a barber class. I'm not gonna say his name, but we was real tight. And when you graduate from the school, they pay for your first testing for the cosmetology test. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna go past this test and I'm gonna walk across this stage as a licensed cosmetologist. I just refuse to walk across this stage with just the malice. That was my pride. So I went into the test, y'all, and I failed. I failed the test. I failed the test, and because I failed, I did not show us on my graduation. So that right there was already, that was strike one. So I failed the cosmetology test. I didn't show up to my graduation. The guy that I was cool with, he was like, hey, graduation, such that you go pick up your cap and gown. I said, look, I didn't pass the test. He was like, what you mean? Because he took his and he passed. I said, man, I didn't pass the test. So he was like, look, I know you didn't pass the test, but it does not mean that you won't pass it. Like, you must come to graduation. Like, you worked too hard to get this far, to not walk across this stage. But it's like in my heart, I could not bear the fact of walking across that stage without being a licensed cosmetologist. But who said I had to be licensed? Nobody. That was me. But it was my pride. So, after that, I never went to graduation, y'all. Never went to it. To this day, I do regret not going because there was a moment that I should have celebrated myself, but I did not. But that was because of my own thing. Because in my mind, I'm like, okay, I gotta be a licensed cosmetologist walking across this stage. But anyway, so yeah, I took the test the first time. You need a 70 to pass. I took it the first time. I failed. What's interesting is that on the sheet that they give you when you pass, it lets you know the percentage that you made for each subject that's on the test. I noticed that the parts that I made 100 in were the things that I had learned my first year of cosmetology class. And that's because we was actually in the books and not on the floor. So, after that, after your graduation, I appreciate it. But, so yeah, after that, I was like, okay, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to try one more time because I got to get this. I got to pass it. I got to pass the test. So, I went in, took it again, maybe a week or two later, I failed again. I'm like, okay, God, what's up? Because I know that this is what you called me to do. I know this is what I'm supposed to do. I don't know nothing else. Like, hair is all I know. I live, I breathe, eat hair. It's hair. I dream about hair. Like, that's been my life all throughout high school. Everybody know that Jocelyn can braid. Like, she good with the micros. She fat. Parts clean. That was my thing. And I did nails too. I was in a nail competition in cosmetology school. So, I tried it again and I failed. And I was like, wait a minute. Like, this, something ain't right. Also, y'all, it was something I forgot to tell y'all. It was something else that also kind of played a part in it. And that's why you got to be careful with what you are pouring into people and what you are speaking out of your mouth and your words, because they do affect people along the way. Even at a young age, I dealt with a lot. I say more than I should have in 18, 19 years old. So, I remember there was a family member told me that you cannot be successful being a hairstylist. And once that was planted in me, I'll never forget, I went to cosmetology school that day and I boo-hoo cried. Because I was like, okay, well, this person said this, but this is not what I feel and not what I believe. But at that age, it was easy to believe something like that. But anywho, when I failed it the second time, I got a little discouraged, very discouraged. It really kind of, beat me down. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go get this book. I'm finna read this whole book because I'm finna learn. I'm finna teach myself what I need to know so I can pass the test. So, for some reason, I don't know why, it's like I was reading the book, y'all. Reading word from word. Thank you so much, Narana. I was reading word from word in that book, y'all, and it's like nothing in that book was sticking, nothing was grasping. I couldn't remember what I read in that book. It's almost like my brain just shut down, and I couldn't understand. It's like, okay, I'm reading, but nothing is sticking. Like, what is going on? Like, I know I'm not dumb. I'm an understudent. What is going on? And it's like, okay, well, let me come back to it. The next day when I tried to read, my eyes was hurting so bad I couldn't even look at the book. I couldn't read it. I couldn't look at it. So I was like, okay, this not gonna work. It gotta be another way. So I continued on. I tried. I said, you know what, God, you just gonna have to be with me. Like, at least I know the parts that I did bad on. So maybe if I work a little harder, push myself a little harder, I'm gonna pass it this time. So this is round 3. So my dad was like, hey, I'm gonna pay for the test for you, or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get my hair license and I'm gonna go to Atlanta. Cause at the time, like, even now, everybody know that's where the money at. So that was my plan at 19 years old. Get my hair license and I'm going to Atlanta. Yeah, I went and took that test again. I failed again. That was the 3rd time. I failed that test 3 times. Even the lady that was there, she said, you back again? She said, you don't want to give yourself a little bit more time to just, give yourself some time to really study. And I was like, no, I got it. But y'all, it was my pride. Like, pride is not good. and especially at that age. My pride was in the way. So, I failed it the third time. Yeah. So then at that point, I was like, you know what? Well, maybe that person was right about that. Like, maybe this is not what I'm supposed to do. Maybe this is not meant for me. Maybe this is not. I mean, all of these negative, nothing but negative things, negative, negative things that I was speaking up for myself. I'm like, okay, so what else am I gonna do? I don't know nothing else. I don't know nothing but doing hair. I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to be a nurse. I don't want to do nothing else. I just want to be a fat hairstylist. So I went to college. First year of college. I don't even know how I even passed these classes, y'all, because I had never bought a book in none of them classes. I passed some classes from strictly notes. Taking notes from whoever in the class that I could and just listening. Thank you, Alexander. So, thank y'all. So, my first year of college, the end of that semester, one of my classes, we had to do a project. So, with that, we had to come up with, it was basically, where did you see yourself after college? So, I'm like, okay, like, this is going to be fine. Anyway, I was like, this gonna be fine. So what I did was I came up with a whole PowerPoint of me having my own salon. But the salon was it was basically like 3 different salons in one building. It was gonna be, one side was gonna be for the beauty shop, the other side was gonna be a barber shop, and the back was gonna be a tattoo shop. It was gonna be like an all-in-one thing. So then what I got on my computer, I created a whole blueprint. It was almost like looking at a whole map of what the inside of the shop looked like. I had the shampoo bowls, the entryways, the exitways, the emergency exit, everything that cosmetology book said that you need to run a shop, a business. I had it up in there, and I did it by myself. So, after that, doing the presentation, that was the first time I had ever really said something in the class, because I would never participate in anything because I didn't want to be there. I'm in class, I'm daydreaming about hair. I'm thinking about hair, daydreaming about my business, and it was crazy. So then after that, I had got up, and it was time for me to do my presentation. Y'all, I came there with my smock on from high school, with my name on it. I introduced myself, and as the slide was playing, I noticed that the teacher, she took her glasses off, and she was like, huh. And I was like, okay. So once I got done with my presentation, she was like, I need to see you after class. I was like, what I do? You know, in my mind, I was like, okay, I done did something. Like, what I do? So after class, she was like, hey, look, she said, I'm so impressed of your presentation. Like, you really impressed me. She said, this is the most that I've ever heard you talk in the class. And I was like, well, thank you, or whatnot. So then she was like, but I just got one question for you. I was like, okay. She said, baby, what are you doing here? When she said that, it's like I felt something, like I got chills. Because in my heart, I knew I wasn't supposed to be in college. Because I'm like, okay, I have a passion, I have a gift. My hands are gifted. Can't nobody take that away from me. Can't nobody take this, you know? A degree, they can take that, but they can't take away my gift. And I said, you know what? I said, I'm here because this is what my parents want me to do. And that's another thing. A lot of times, that be the mistake that we make. A lot of us, we go off and we do things because it's something that other people want us to do. But what did God tell you to do? And then you end up graduating and pursuing that thing, but you're unhappy because it's not your passion. You're not passionate about it. It's not something that God had wanted you to do. So, I Went to college for 2 years. God snatched it away too. My third year of college, I couldn't even go back because they said that I didn't qualify for any more financial aid. I was livid. I was pissed. I threatened the lady. I told them I was gonna burn school down. I was so upset. It's like, okay, I tried to get my license, didn't work. Now I'm trying to go to college. A girl can't finish college either. Like, what is this? So, I didn't finish college. So I told my dad, I was like, hey, like, they said I can't qualify for no more financial aid. I didn't want to tell him because I'm like, man, he gonna be pissed. So my dad was like, well, you might have to find you a better paying job. They can pay for school. I was like, okay, cool. So I went and I got a job at Marshall's. Went from Marshall's to working at Titan X. Went from Titan X to working at First Horizon Bank. So during that moment in time, my prayers was, okay, God, like, put me in a position where I can pursue this job. Because even though I venture out to do my own thing, I venture out to do other things, that love of hair, it never left me. I never stopped doing it. I was doing hair at home when I could. At work, watching videos, people doing hair. Anything that relates to hair, I was still active in it, but I wasn't pursuing it like I should. So I was like, okay, God, like, if you give me the ability to move, when I move into my apartment, I'm gonna go ahead and get in my studies, and I'm gonna get back to studying for the test. And this was back in 2016. So I was like, I was 23 at the time. So I was like, okay, so if I move out, I'm going to study and I'm going to pass this test. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. I moved out and, baby, I picked up that book maybe 2 or 3 times, and that was it. I picked up that book 2 or 3 times, and I was done with it. So, over time, I said, you know what, I'm going to come back to it. But what happened was, it was more so of fear. It was the fear of failure, fear of people. I'm like, okay, I done got older now. Ain't nobody gonna want to come to me. Ain't nobody gonna want to book with me. I feel like I was too old. I feel like I had been out of the game for so long. I'm like, who's gonna come and get their hair braided by me? That was the lies that I was telling myself. But I allowed fear to really, really stop me at the time. I allowed it to just have a whole house in my brain and in my heart. And I'm like, okay, God, like, I'm gonna try to figure out something else to do. So I tried real estate. I said, well, I'm gonna sign up for real estate school to be a realtor. That didn't work out. That didn't work out either. And I'm like, okay, alright, cool. It's like everything that I was trying, everything that I tried, nothing was working out. So, yeah, I thought I was. At that time, I'm just telling you the mind of a young adult. But that was all the trick of the enemy, y'all. Y'all gotta be careful because the devil will try to play hard on you, play on your emotions, play on your mind, and that was he was doing to me because of the failures that has happened over time. I failed the test 3 times. I was convinced. I'm like, okay, well, who gonna want to book with me? Like, I've been at the game too long. But that was a lie. A whole lie in itself. So, that's true. That is definitely true. So, I was like, okay, that ain't happening. Fast forward, in 2018, it was a guy that I was with the time that I met. He was in barbering school. So I told him, my situation. I'm like, look, I got cosmetology hours. I graduated such time. I gave him the whole background. I failed the test 3 times. He was like, okay, He's like, but have you tried it again? I said, nah. I said, it's too late for that. It's too late for me. It's over for me. Now, at that time, y'all, your hours expire. I think it was at 7 years. Your hours expired for cosmetology. I don't know how it is today, but back then, them things expired. So, thank you so much. Thank you. Unique. Thank you. So, the guy that I was dating, y'all, I never forget. It was a time I was braiding his hair, and we were just talking. And he was like, well, he said, you're really a hairstylist. You just choose to work at the bank. And I was like, so when he said that, it's almost like a light bulb went off. Like, you need to go do this again. Go try it again. But it's just to show you, I have been running from it for a while. God been showing me signs, everything that I need to go back to it. But I've been ignoring it. So, I can't lie, I love that I always been fearless when it comes to food. That's true. That is so true. You gotta be careful who you surround yourself with. So, I have been running from it for a while. I mean, God has been knocking on the door like, hey, Jocelyn, like, look, it's time. It's you asked me and I'm giving it to you, but you ain't doing nothing with it. Like, you trying to do everything else out of your own will and your own way. But that was never what God had for me to do. But that was me trying to find a way around it, because in my mind I felt like, well, maybe that's not it. And this is somebody that's talking, and I've been doing hair since I was a kid. I'm self-taught. I taught myself how to braid. Nobody showed me how to braid. I taught myself knotless. I taught myself that. Nobody showed me how to do that. So, my ex, he was like, hey, like, you really a hairstylist. You just choose to work at the bank. And when he said that, I was like, you know what, God, I'm going to give you one more shot. So, I never forget when I had did some research and asked questions. They was like, hey, you know, your hours expire after 7 years. At that time, for me, it was a little past 7 years. It was 7 years and maybe 4 or 5 months. I just knew it was no way for me to do this. I was like, hey, Jocelyn, you know, if we got to start over with cosmetology school, we just going to have to start over, because you're going to have to do this. Thank you, hairstyles. So, I was like, okay, God. When on my lunch break that day, I was in my car. I said, look, God, if this is what you want me to do, if this is what you have for me to do, if this is my purpose, if the time is now for me to pursue my cosmetology license, I need you to make a way for me. I need you to allow this to happen, and don't let nothing stand in my way. I don't want nothing standing in my way. So, I called state boards. And I told them that I wanted to see if I could register for the test. This is 2018. And they said they was going to send me an email to give me a call back to let me know. I said, okay. So, when I was at work one day on my lunch break, another lunch break, I got a phone call that was like, hey, you know, can I speak to such? I was like, okay, this is her. So that was like, I just want to let you know that we registered you to take the test. I was like, say what? I was like, hold on. I said, so I can say I can schedule to take the test. And he was like, yeah. He was like, we registered you to take the test. I said, okay, cool. And I was like, so what do I do now? So the guy had told me, he was like, well, in order for us to complete the process, we need your exact start date and graduation date from hair school. So I knew my start date, but I didn't know the actual graduation date. They said it needed to be direct. So what I did was, I went to the school. I had to get my transcript from Tennessee Tech. So I didn't call them, let them know that I was coming. I said, okay, God, like, let's see if this go through. Like, God, my whole faith is in you. I'm trusting in you. I'm just gonna let you guide me through this whole thing because you gonna have to show me that this is what you need for me to do. So when I went to get my transcript, y'all, I had went as soon as I got off of work. My manager let me leave early so I can catch the place before they closed the school. So when I had went there, I was like, hey, my name is Jocelyn. I need my transcript so I can sign up for this course. So I wasn't even sure if my old instructor was even still there. So when the lady opened the door, she said, "What you here for?" I said, "I'm here for my transcript." She said, "What year did you graduate?" I said, 2012. She said, "Baby, God must really be on your side because today was my last day. If you had not came here today, you would have had to go to Nashville to get that information." Y'all, when I got in the car, I cried. I boo-hoo cried because I was like, man, ain't no way. This is not real. This is really happening. But when I know good darn well there's no way possible I was supposed to be able to register to take that test. I was out of that mark to take it. I know my hours had expired. But God still made a way. I'm just saying, like, God still made a way. The devil tried to delay it, but it still happened. So I was like, okay, the lady gave me my transcript, y'all. And I called them immediately. And I got done crying. I called them and to let them know that, like, hey, I got my transcript. Gave them the expiration date that I had graduated. So that was like, okay, so now that you're registered, you can go online yourself and set your own date to take the test. So that was their part. So this is the hard part, studying for the test. I have not looked at that book for over 7 years. So in my mind, I can't go back to the school to learn anything because the teachers are not going to accept me because they're not getting paid for that. So how am I learning this? I couldn't study then. So how am I able to study for this now? I didn't understand it then. How can I understand it now? So that was my conversation with God. Like, how am I gonna do this? I heard it just as clear as day. Something was like, get your book. Everywhere that you see highlighted, write it down. Write down all the terminology out of the book. I'm gonna show you how. I said, okay. When I got off work one day, I wrote down the stuff that I saw, chapter from chapter. I wrote down the terminology. As I was writing these things down, I was reading them. It's like visually in my head, God was showing me the pictures of what I was reading. It's like the ocean. That particular form, this part of the sanitation part in the beginning of the cosmetology books, it talks about all of that. A lot of those things that were in that, I seen it at work. I seen it at every job that I went to. That has to be visible in a break room area or wherever where people can see. So everything that I was reading, God allowed me to visualize it in my mind. It's like I was watching a movie. He allowed me to see those things to understand what I was reading because I am a visual learner. So, but you can't tell me God ain't on my side. So look, so every day I was spending at least an hour or two studying. And as I kept reading, God kept showing me images of what I was reading so I could understand. Even when it came to like the haircutting part. I was never good at that. I don't like haircutting unless I'm clipping ends. That's it. But even with that, it's almost like he showed me performing it so I would understand it, what it was. Because the terminology of cosmetology is important. You need to know it for the theory part. So I studied. I basically taught myself cosmetology. That's what I'm pretty much saying. I had to teach myself cosmetology all over again. But I taught it in a way to where I understood and I understand. But God had gave me the visual of it, a picture of it in my head, so that I can understand what exactly the terminology was, so I could picture it, which helped me when I actually went and took the test. So yeah, at the time, my ex, I hope he ain't on this live, but my ex was still in barber school. It was getting close to his graduation date. So at that time, I had noticed that a shift began to happen in our relationship. I kept feeling him kind of pulling away a little bit. And I don't know if it's because we was going after the same thing. I don't really know. But I couldn't let that distract me. The enemy will send distractions, y'all. Especially when you there, when you close, when you about to hit it. Like, he will send things like that to distract you. But for me, like, I came too far. That's what I kept telling myself, girl, you came too far to fail. You came too far for this right here. Baby, bye. So, everybody in my job was so excited, y'all. I had got support from my manager. Everybody there, I had got so much support from them. And I had took off to go and take the test. And I was so nervous because, think about it, I failed the test 3 times already. I failed the test 3 times back in 2012. And then now here it is, it's 2018, and I'm trying to take it again. And I done taught myself this, but you know what? I got to be confident within myself. Confident in what I have studied and what God has shown me. So, y'all, I went to take the test, and it's on a timer. The test is time. The theory part. Yeah, I sat in their room, got hands sweating, everything sweating. But it's like I felt like it was nobody but me. So I'm taking the test, I'm knocking the questions out the way, knocking them out the way. Because I'm like, okay, I know what this is, I know what that is. Their visual photo is in my mind, so it helped me to remember what I'm looking at. Hey, William. So, y'all, so the test is on the timer. I had like maybe 20-something minutes left on that test, y'all. I sat at that computer until the time ran out. That computer, I sat at the computer until the time ran out. Instead of me hitting submit, I said, baby, the time is got to time out on me because I was nervous. I was scared. I was like, the time is going to have to time out on me because I don't know. So, y'all, as soon as the timer went out, I closed my eyes just like this at the computer, and I was like, okay, God, like, I trust you, I trust you, I trust you, I trust you. As soon as I opened my eyes, all I saw was green. Green words, congratulations, you passed. Oh my God. Period, okay? Your girl passed it. I was like, y'all, it took everything in me to hold my composure. It took everything in me to just really hold myself, not to scream in their room, because I'm like, look, like, everybody in there, they didn't know what I've been through. They didn't know what I was going through. They didn't know that this is something I had been running from for 7 years. I had been running from for a while, for years. 7 years, y'all. Something that could have happened sooner, but it still happened. The delay was me. It was a lot of it was a part of me because of my pride. And I think about it today, I'm glad that it didn't happen at the time that it happened, because there's no telling what would have happened with my business. Because now I'm more mature, I'm more humble. Their pride is gone. Now I can listen. Now I'm more, how can I say it? At that time, I was like 19 years old. I was very immature. I don't know how my business would have been. My mouth was extra smart. Couldn't nobody tell me nothing like it. So in my mind, baby, I'm the best brother that ever lived this earth at that time. That is not how you're supposed to think, especially being a leader. A leader in a business owner. Like, you can't have that type of mentality. You can't think like that. And baby, God will humble you real quick. That was a humbling experience for me. But it was also God stripping things off of me because what He had for me was greater than what I thought it was. But the enemy also tried to play tricks on me to keep me stuck and stagnant in this season because he knew that it was bigger than my own expectations. But anyway, I went to my car and I cried again. Because I was like, oh my God, like, I can't believe I paid. So I checked my phone, y'all. I had like so many missed calls and text messages from my ex. He had been blowing my phone because he was trying to see if I passed. So I told him I passed. He was excited. Whatnot. I'm like, okay, so we're going to turn up after I finish the practical part. Okay? So, thank you, Marcel. You have a good day too, love. So, I was like, okay, God, like, this is really happening. Like, this is not real. This is not real. Like, this is, I've never experienced something like that before. I asked God something and He acted on it. I had faith. I trusted Him and I leaned on Him instead of my own understanding. And it happened. So, y'all, the practical part. Hands on. So, I printed out the PSI for the practical part. I was like, okay, things done changed. This is totally different from when I was in school. So, the practical, I had to teach myself that too. I found an instructor, which she helped me to get everything labeled. But the hard part was actually making the time to actually help me to make sure I know how to perform those things. So what I did was, baby, YouTube. YouTube gonna show you, tell you everything you need to know. So if it was something that I wasn't sure about, or if I need to know how they wanted to be done in that time, because I graduated in 2012, it's 2018. I'm sorry, that wasn't 2018. It was actually 2019. My bad, y'all. It was 2019 when I had took the test again, and I passed the theory part. Yep, it was 2019. I'm sorry. So I had got everything labeled, went down that list. I'm like, okay, so you gonna pass it. You gonna get it. I'm like, dang, but I'm like, what is this? Like, well, how you supposed to do this? How you supposed to do that? Everything that's on that paper is time. You got the time with this, the time with that. So what I did was I called my little sister. I was like, hey, I know you don't know what this stuff is on this paper. I just need you to make sure that I'm doing it step by step. In each subject, it was step by step of how they want you to perform these procedures. So when you are taking the practical part of the test, it's you in a room full of other women, and it's also instructors, people from state board that's actually watching you, and they're walking around to each person with a book. And to this day, I don't know what they were checking on that book, but each time they walk by, I got scared. But I had to teach myself the practical part. But I appreciate the lady that did help me get everything labeled. She was so sweet, but I understand. She ain't getting paid for it. It's not her duty to help me. So I thank God for being the help that I need to get through that part. So I had scheduled for my test in July of 2019 to take the practical part. So not only that, y'all, my ex disappeared. During that time of the second part of the test, now remember I told y'all the first part of the test, I had noticed that a shift in our relationship. I could feel something wasn't the same. You know, it wasn't like that until I started actually going for my license. So I noticed that, you know, conversations just started slowly fading to where we weren't talking at all. And I was like, you know what? I can't allow this to distract me. I can't allow this to get me off of my path, because I'm like, girl, you done passed the theory part. That was the hard part. Past it. I refuse to allow the enemy to delay me any longer. And the devil was trying to use him. He don't even know it, but the enemy was using him to distract me or to make me pull back from what I needed to look at, because the enemy's trying to use that relationship to get to me, but it didn't work. So during that time, I did go through that part by myself, and it was okay, because as I think about it now, I wasn't by myself. God was with me the whole time, and God was showing me, like, you don't need nobody else. I was looking for support from my family members, even when I was trying to go take the test not in high school, but in 2012. I was looking for the support from my family, and God was like, look, you don't need nobody. Like, I'm all that you need, girl. Just keep your eyes on me and focus on what I'm showing you. I'm gonna make a way. Don't worry about them. We finna show them. So then I went and took the practical part, y'all. Let me tell y'all what happened. So when I came in there, I looked around and I was like, dang, like, these folks fresh out of school. Like, I was like, these folks, you can tell they fresh out of college school. My little rusty butt up in here, like, I was like, okay, I'm looking around, comparing myself, but all of this is in my mind. Nobody paying attention to me. But that's because of how I felt about me, because I know I failed it 3 times. Here I am, 7+ years later, trying to take this test, and they fresh out of school. But you know what? We gonna show them what old school can do, okay? So what I did was, I went in there, y'all. I shifted my mindset. I said, I'm not gonna focus on what they got going on. Hey, I'm not gonna focus on what they're doing or what they got going on. I'm just gonna focus on what I need to do. Just focus on what I need to do. So I got through that part. When it was over, I appreciate the lady had helped me out in the beginning, because when you are doing the theory part, you can't have your hair down. Nothing can be touching your shoulders. Your hair has to be pinned up. All the lady kept telling me is that you're unsanitary, and I was like, unsanitary? Like, what's she talking about? I done sanitized this whole station. She said, ma'am, you're unsanitary. She did this. I was like, oh, okay. So I had to put my hair up and pinned it. So when you said that about the texts and clipboards, yes, the intimate girl. So you understand. You understand. I was intimidated. I mean, because I knew I wasn't fresh out of school. I had been, you get it. That's all I can say, is you get it. So it's me looking at them, and I'm like, okay, well, you can tell they're fresh out of school, because how they have their stuff set up, how they have their stuff labeled. Their instructors prepared them for that. Ain't no instructor prepared me. Jocelyn and God and only prepared me. So it was different. But I remember at the end, everybody was calling everybody's name, giving them their phone, let them know that it was passed. You passed. I'm like, okay, well, I knew she was gonna pass, so I'm like, okay, cool. So thank you so much. So then I remember just being me, and this is the practical part, y'all. It was just me and another lady that was in there, a younger girl. We were the only 2 left. And I was like, ah, dang, I done failed. I failed. So they closed the door. They told us to come and have a seat. And I was like, look, like, if I done failed, just tell me. We ain't gonna make this dramatic. We ain't gonna make no whole scene. Like, you ain't gonna close no door. Just let me know so I can go sign up again, because I'm gonna take it again. So She was like, well, we having issues with the machine. I said, okay. I said, well, God, if I fail, we're going to go at it again. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep pushing because you brought me this far for a reason. So, what I did was, the girl that was next to me, she got hers. I was the last one in there. And I was like, man, like, this do not feel good. Y'all, my hands are sweating, all of that. So, she handed me my phone. She was like, why are you turning red? I said, I'm nervous. She said, but you passed. I said, what? Y'all, the lady told me, she said, you passed. I said, oh my God. Y'all, I went to my car. You talking about boo-hoo and crying, like that ugly cry. Baby, I was ugly crying in the car. I'm like, God, like, this is not real. This is not real. When I tell you, like, it's not real. I passed and I got my cosmetology license. July of 2019. That was like when I say like the best day of my life, like one of the best moments of my life, y'all. I had taught myself cosmetology and I passed it. I mean, it's giving me instructor vibes, you know? I think I should be an instructor or something. You know? Like, your girl teaching now, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, y'all, that's that part of this story that I had wanted to share with you all. Just to say, look, it's never too late. I'm a prime example. I graduated, got my cosmetology hours in 2012. I actually got my license in 2019. Out of all of those things that I went through, because I know what it's like when you want something so bad, when you know what it is you're supposed to do. But it's like, dang, like, why it's not happening? What's going on? What's blocking me? A lot of times you have to pray and ask God to remove those things that's blocking you. Remove those things that's hindering you. Because the enemy tried to delay me by using the people I love to plant seeds in me of failure, my own mind, my own insecurities when it came to the profession itself. Because I felt like I was too old. I felt like it was too late for me. Because I had been out of school for so long. But your girl still pays though. By teaching myself. And not only that, but the enemy even used the guy that I was with to try to distract me. We ended up just breaking up completely. And this happened right after I got my license. During that moment, he didn't complete that season for me. But I thank God that I did encounter him because he was a part of the reason why I pursued that. He played his part. When they say people come in your life for a season or they come in your life permanently, and his was a season, but it was for a reason, and he fulfilled his purpose. His purpose was to plant it in my ear, which made me move forward with it and go do it. And to tell you that it was over, because as soon as I started studying for it, he slowly started fading away because his time was up. And to this day, he's one of my biggest supporters, liking all of my stuff on social media. But he don't have access to me though. So, that part. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to share that with you all. And also, I was reading this morning, and there was a scripture that God had led me to that relates to the story that I had gave y'all. And that scripture is coming from Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. So I'm going to read it to you all because I just want y'all, if y'all heard the whole story, you'll understand how this relates to this. I was reading this morning and I was like, dang, like, that's exactly what happened. So, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5, it says, trust in and rely confidently on the Lord with all your heart, and do not rely on your own insight or understanding. In all your ways, know and acknowledge and recognize him, and he will make your path straight and smooth. removing obstacles that block your way. So, do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord with reverence and obedience and turn away from evil. So I say this to say, y'all, that's what I went through. God said to trust in Him and don't lean on your own understanding. The moment that I fully trusted in God, I told God that if this is what you want me to do, if this is what you have for me to do, if this is my purpose in my life, I need you to make this whole pathway straight. God said trust in Him with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him and He will make your path straight, and that's what He did. Anything that's standing your way, anything that's blocking you, He's going to remove them because that's what He did. All of those delays, everything that was blocking me, it was removed. The X at that time, He was removed because He wasn't a part of that next chapter in my life, which was my business. His time was up. So that scripture right there is real. For those of you that don't know God, get to know Him. Because He showed me who He was. I asked God in that car, if this is what you want for me to do, make it happen. And don't let nothing stand in my way. And that's what exactly happened. God made that whole path clear for me. That lady told me that was her last day working at that office. If I had came the other day, I would have had to go to Nashville, y'all, to get my license. Not to get my license, but to get my hours. Not the hours. To get my transcript from cosmetology school. That wasn't nothing but God. I can't even put words to that. And all of that, y'all, how was I able to teach myself cosmetology? I couldn't get it. At the other time when I was studying, how? That was God. That's the other way I can put it. There's no way I was able to. I was studying before. Even with the school to finish. Still couldn't pass the test. Years later, I was able to teach myself that how. How could I? How? It was God the whole time. I'm reading from Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5. Actually, 5 through 7. This is what I was reading from. But I just wanted to give my testimony on that end because I just pray and hope that they help somebody else that may have, have something that they want to do or a goal or something that they're real passionate about. Like, I hope they help y'all because I'm a living witness. I got my license and I went into a full business. I didn't go work for nobody else because I knew that ain't what God had for me to do. It was never that. God didn't want me to go work for nobody else. It was for me to be my own boss. It was always that. But along the way, I had gained the tools from working at other companies. I was a store manager at Timex. I learned some things there. At the bank, I was a universal banker, working at the desk. Learned some things there. But I knew that those places were where I was supposed to be because I didn't feel happy about being there. I can care less if I work there or not. I can care less about them customers. I didn't care about them. I wasn't passionate about working at the bank. I was passionate about hair. I used to be in my desk watching hair videos, braid videos. And it's like it was a different type of fire that lit in my heart watching it. And it helped me get through the whole day. My manager could have called me everything but my name. If I'm watching that video, somebody braiding hair, have a good day. Bless you too, ma'am. I mean, that's just how I was, but I knew then that was my purpose. That's what I'm supposed to do. So, but yeah, I just want to share that story with y'all. God had been placing on my heart to start telling my story. I will be on my next live, y'all. I'm gonna share with you all my transition from my journey from transitioning from my job, the 9 to 5, to my business, because I was working my job at the bank, I was working full time at the bank, but I was a part time hairstylist. So that transition itself, yeah, it was scary. I was scared as you know what to make that jump, but I did. So I want to share that with you all too. You know, those of you that may be in that season where you are having to transition from your job into, you know, full time in your business. You know, sometimes you just gotta step on faith and trust God. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for listening to my story today. I really pray that it helps somebody. You're welcome, Kevin. I really hope that it helped y'all because it's never too late. And that's what I love most about what I do. I listen to other people's stories. I listen to other people's stories. I listen to what other people may have going on in their lives, and I help encourage them, help motivate them. It is. I'm like, look, my failed that test 3 times, and if I had took it again, I may would have passed. And when I took it in 2018, I'm sorry, I keep saying 2018. When I took it in 2019, I made a 78. You need a 70 to pass. I taught myself and made a 78. Period. Your girl, ooh, your girl cold. I taught myself cosmetology. Like, that's the biggest flex ever. This is my flex. I did it. I got a whole business. I specialize with braid short hair. I have my own hair care product line that I formulate on my own. Like, it's amazing. It is amazing. What is your live stream about? Baby, you don't miss it. I was talking about my journey from how I my the 7-year gap of how I got my cosmetology license, but you done missed it. But you can look at the video I posted. It's gonna be posted on my page. You can look at it. Why do you need a license to do hair? Well, I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I can do more than hair. I can do esthetician work. I can work with skin. Anything that's on that PSI, I can do it. So yeah. Yes, Kevin. Thank you so much. Thank you. I've been trying to look at some of y'all comments, but I ain't been able to answer them. So sorry. I'm so sorry, but I appreciate y'all. Those of you that stayed to the end, I appreciate y'all for staying to the end, y'all. But thanks for the clarification. You're welcome. But I just wanted to share the information. Now, I just hope that it helps somebody, everybody, anybody. It ain't just for people that's in the hair industry or the hair field. This can be with anything that you're doing, real estate, whatever it may be. Like, it ain't never too late. Don't give up. Don't let the enemy play on your mind. Don't let him play on your heart. Because what he does, he uses the same stuff, the same tactics. It just come a different way. Know it when you see it. Know God voice and know the enemy. Know the difference. So yeah. Yes. Also, y'all, I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but I just want to remind y'all about my online virtual knotless course. I will be having it next month. January the 12th is on a Sunday. It's a one-day event. It's a one-day event, y'all. So if you know somebody that wants to learn a new niche or get better at what they do already, please share my channel with them, y'all. You can go and book this class on my website. My website is listed on my YouTube channel in the bio. It's listed on my YouTube channel. It's in my bio. I'm having a knotless course next month, and I'm excited about it. This will be my first online virtual knotless course. When the next time, I can't say when, Because I just hop on the live as I feel the need to. So, it'll just be my next live. I might be talking about my own braid. It just depends. So, yeah. You're going to be seeing a lot of that, though. But next week, I'm going to talk about the other part. The transitioning part from the 9 to 5 to a full-time business. And I've been in business for 5 years, y'all. So yeah. My Knotless course will be next month, and I'm excited. It's gonna be my first online virtual Knotless course, y'all. Your girl excited, because I can't wait. I can't wait to meet new faces. I can't wait to hear stories, testimonies. I can't wait to share my story, my testimony. It's just all a matter of just uplifting women, uplifting people. I want everybody on their call to feel confident with what they doing. So it's gonna be fun. Like, even if you are a seasoned braider, if you want to get better at what you do, learn other techniques, a new skill, how to better your skill, booking sites, etc., etc., my course is for you. So if you want to book, it is available now, and there are limited spots available. I'm only accepting a certain amount of people, y'all. So if you want to sign up, I advise you to get signed up now. Because once it's fulfilled, that's it. I'm not opening up no more slots, but I will have another one sometime next year. But yeah, if you're ready to get this thing rolling, if you're ready to elevate, baby, it's your time. This is your season. For greater. For greater. I love your spirit. Thank you so much, Kevin. You seem like you're really nice. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I like the wig, but y'all killing me with that one there. This is way better. Honey, that wig was on a place on so I can talk to y'all. I only had put it on so I can talk to y'all that day. I had just took my braids down. I was supposed to shampoo my hair the other day, but I was tired. And I worked yesterday. All I wanted to do was just shower, eat, and relax. So, but today I don't think I'm gonna shampoo my hair today because I got tomorrow I'm having like a memorial service for my dog. My dog passed last month, the day after my birthday. So I'm having something for her. And I gotta finish getting her stuff together today. So I think my hair will be cool like this for tomorrow. At least it's mine, so it'll be alright. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But yeah, so I'ma get out this live so I can finish getting stuff together for tomorrow. And I pray that y'all have a beautiful weekend. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you are new here. And be sure to check out some of my videos, y'all. Check out some of my videos. And you have a great day too. Thank you so much. What you eat today? I had a smoothie this morning. Actually, a protein shake. I'm sorry. I had a protein shake this morning. I don't know what I'm eating later. But y'all, I appreciate y'all for staying to the very end. I pray that my story did help somebody. I can't wait to share the next part out. The next part gonna be, the next part is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to hear. Like when y'all hear about prophetic words, I got 2 of them from 2 different people. That's how I knew it was real, because ain't no way they could have known that stuff about me. Ain't no way they could have known what they knew. And I knew then it was from God. Because ain't no way they could have known that. But, I'm going to be back sometime next week. I don't know a day. I'll probably just make a post of when I'm going to go live. I'll probably just do it like that, but I don't know actually a date. Then I'm going live next week. So, but I will be. But this story going to be dope. I can't wait to tell that one. Cause that right there, whew, that was a time I would never forget. That was a time of my life. He said, that's too long. Next week is not too long. It's Saturday. It's not too long. That's right. Turn your notifications on, and that's how you will know for sure. Why till next time? Because I already know they're not here a little over an hour. I don't want to take up y'all whole day. And I have some things I need to do, like I was explaining. I'm getting stuff together for tomorrow. I'm having a memorial service for my dog. My dog passed last month. So I'm doing something special for her. So yeah. Well, sweetheart, you don't have to be on my live, okay? You don't have to be here, Miss Mac. I'm going to help you out. Boom. Just like that. I'm going to help you out, girl. But, she just caught the end of the video, but it's so cool. I'm not for everybody, and I'm okay with it. Everybody's not for everybody, and I'm okay with it. God made me uniquely for the people that I need to be around, the faces that I need to sit in front of. So it's all good. Anyways, y'all, I'm finna get ready to go. Got things to do. I appreciate y'all for being here today. And I am gonna do another video with another short hair client pretty soon. Because I really want y'all to see how I start those off with my short hair clients. And I think I'm going to just start explaining a little bit more about it so you can understand what it is. Because knotless braids in general is healthy for people with short hair. But it's a way to do that. It's a way to do it so it won't come out. It's a technique that I use for hair that's shorter so that it won't come out and it won't be tension. So y'all definitely stay tuned for that one. Hopefully I can find somewhere hair that's extremely short to show y'all so y'all can see. So until next time, thank you so much, Tiffany. I like your name, girl, because my cousin, I have a cousin named Tiffany. That's one of my favorite cousins, girl. You got a good name, beautiful name. I hope you have a blessed day too, Kevin. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, y'all. I'm glad my story could inspire you, lady. It's my story, and it inspired me. Each time I talk about it, it's like, dang, that really happened. And when people see me or meet me for the first time, they be like, dang, like, for real? Yeah. I supposed to been licensed years ago. But it's all good. It's all good. It's a story for somebody, so it's never too late. In my mind, I've been licensed forever. Alright, so bye, y'all. Hope y'all have a good one. Thank you, Kennedy. If I said your name right. Bye, y'all. Don't you look pretty? Thank you.